So no jokes today, guys, because I really just think this needs to be said on this channel, particularly about crypto, with so many people flooding into this space thinking this is their chance to get rich. This is their opportunity to finally make money. This is their opportunity to finally move up in life. This just needs to be said, because overall this belief and this view in crypto is overall it's kind of BS. I'm not going to say it's a scam, because it's definitely not. It's naive, it's foolish, and I really think it's a really bad way to try to make money overall in context of what I'm about to say. Look, what I'm about to show you in this video is where the actual money is being made in crypto, the actual surefire tens of millions of dollars are being made. It's also how I turned a $6,000 investment into tens of millions of dollars. I'm not even going to count the ROI on that at this point. And if you get this right here and then you combine that with crypto investing, this is how everybody who has made a ton of money in crypto has actually made it. Let me show you this. And by the way, follow me at CSS Becker, because I point out a lot of these things like weeks in advance before I point them out on the channel. So look, a lot of people in crypto are super duper stressed because this is their ticket. This is the only way up for them. This is the only way to actually make tons and tons and oodles of money. And maybe you are really up in crypto right now. Heck, if you got in March, when I got in, Bitcoin was at $5,000. Ethereum was at like $100. If you got in around that time or last year, you're up 5, 10, 20x. And you're probably thinking to yourself, either A, you were rich before, so you don't really care, or B, you're still in, and like this is your lifetime money. This is the money you have to save up. This is the money that you have to turn into even something more for you to have an opportunity to get rich. And this is just a really bad way of looking at it. Because crypto, for the most part, you can't build one-time money and think of this as something that's going to last you forever. You can't go and build a lifestyle off this one-time money. And frankly, with money, unless you can do it consistently, it really doesn't matter. And the most important part of all this is completely outside of your control. Look, if you look at how the human brain thinks and how the mind thinks, what it's going to do is it's going to have survivorship bias and confirmation bias in crypto. And this is what gets everybody wrecked, because what happens in crypto is when you're scrolling through Twitter, when you are looking at investments you're way up on, you see everybody else succeeding. And so you think that succeeding in crypto is extremely common. Like, it's extremely common for people to 5, 10x their money, when really all you see is the success stories. Nobody ever talks about their losses. For the 100 people that have became millionaires through crypto, there's a graveyard of 9,000 people that have not done anything or lost their money, or really not seen many gains to talk about. So you have to understand this. And I'm very, very, very lucky in crypto. I don't think it's anywhere due to my trading skills. I just got in early. Okay. Even trades I made last month when we did over $1 million, a lot of those went back down. Okay. But I'm still up on the initial investment. So it's all fine. But you have to understand that, like, even myself right here, it's not under my control. But we give ourselves the impression it is under our control, when it's truly not. And when we see our investments go up and up and up, we get the confirmation that we think we know what we're doing. We get the confirmation in our head that, hey, this is something that's predictable at control. And it's just not. It's just not. And what I wanted to make this video for is to maybe inspire you to actually take control, because you're never going to see those crazy ROIs that you hear about in the news. Yeah, sure, there's some people that got on Top Shots earlier. There's people that got into CryptoPunks when they were selling for $100. There's always going to be these examples. And we see so many of these in crypto that we almost feel bad. We feel like that's the normal, that we should have caught on to that. And if you look at the normal decision-making process, your chances of catching these things was literally up there with, catching on the lottery tickets to a certain extent. Yeah, you could have been in the space, but even at the time, if you've been looking at the investment, say ADA at 2 cents, it's going lower. You probably wouldn't have put your life savings in at that time. It's so easy to look back at the charts in crypto and think, oh man, I could have predicted this, or I could have seen this coming. And you're going to constantly have these hindsights. But if you look at your decision-making process, putting your life savings on ADA or Bitcoin at $5,000, the risk to reward at that time wasn't good. It truly wasn't good. Yeah, people are like, oh, I always knew Bitcoin was going up and and stuff like that. But if you really use a good common sense decision-making process that's consistently going to get you wins in life, it wasn't a good time to put all your money on these things. It was a gamble. And there are ways to make a lot of money without gambling. And then, for example, if you look at what's happened in crypto, most people who have made these storybook billions, the Winklevosses, you look at a lot of the people talking on Twitter, a lot of them had a lot of money beforehand. And the reason why they were able to make $1 billion from it, $100 million, $200 million from it, 50 million, whatever, is because they had no F's millions to throw around. That's the God's honest truth. Every person I know that has made a lot of money in crypto, they were already really rich before. Okay, I don't know anybody off the top of my head who was working a 9-to-5 job that is now a multimillionaire. I know plenty of people that were millionaires that have now made goofy amounts of money. I've watched friends of mine in this bull run who were already very successful, 8-figure millionaires, make $20-30 million. I've seen it very consistently in the bull run. And the reason why they were able to do it is because they had no F's given money laying around. And it's the same thing as you as if you had like $100,000 net worth and you put, I don't know, $5,000 of it into crypto. We keep comparing ourselves to these people and you can't. This is what you need to be looking at. So a really perfect example of this is Elio Trades. Okay, I've actually been talking to him a lot. He's actually a really great guy. He's really super. And one of the reasons why I'm really impressed with him, and I'm not telling you to buy Super Farm right here, but if you go back through YouTube, you can see Elio talking about these businesses and the things he's going to make and where the space is going for literally years. Okay. And what is really cool about this is, look, we have a market cap right here of $235 million. Whether you like Super Farm or not, whether you like where it's going or whatnot, I think right now it's actually a great time to buy Super Farm. Just saying that right there from the things I've talked to him about and whatnot. Elio was just a developer and a YouTuber. And he went out there and he took control of his life and was able to go and build a business that is now, has a market cap of $235 million. Of course, probably owns a large amount of Super Farm. And again, if you don't know anything about that, most people, when they start up their companies in crypto, they can't sell their tokens for 2 years. So they're in it for the long haul, especially going into the bear market right here. But the people who are making and really making life-changing wealth in this bull run are the people that have started their own businesses and got in on this curve and built the businesses of it. If we go look at anything that just started off, Refinable. Now, I'm not dogging on Refinable at all. I'm not dogging on Refinable at all. So please do not take it like this. Refinable is going to be an NFT marketplace. I'm going to tell you straight up that building a marketplace is not that complicated to do. For example, I built Fiverr, a very functional version of Fiverr, for about 20 grand back in the day. And it turned into a business that I later sold to ClickFunnels. It was simple to do. It took one developer. It wasn't hard to do. Now, of course, building things and connecting it via blockchain is a little bit more of a reserved skill set, but I cannot imagine building something like Refinable being that damn complicated. It just isn't. And that also being said, the site isn't even up yet. The functional system isn't even up yet. It's just an idea. It's literally just an idea. And so looking at this right here, these people now have a market cap. I don't know, it's the fastest growing IDO of all time, at least this bull run almost. It has a market cap of at least, I would say, 100 to 300 million. I haven't checked it. These people are going to be very rich. They're going to be very rich, especially if they pull off this idea. And frankly, it wasn't that hard to pull off. They put together, I'm not dumping on Refinable right here. I know very little about Refinable, but I'm saying building a marketplace, putting together a site like this, doing these things right here, this is something that isn't any harder than sitting around for 2 years in this market, or a year in this market, like I've been from March, and dealing with the stress and investing in crypto and researching every single day. I see so many people going out there and digging through coins and trying to find gems and watching YouTube videos and studying and doing all these things. When really, I frankly think starting a business in crypto right now would be way easier on my mind, body, and soul, and work-wise, than finding these next gems. Okay, finding hidden gems out there that are going to 10, 20x that are completely outside of your control. This is one thing you can focus on, work on, and control, and grow. Just an FYI, guys, I'm throwing this in here. I talked about this later in the video. I want to be very clear. I'm not disrespecting the entrepreneurs behind Refinable. I believe this is excellent entrepreneurship. Seeing a trend, seeing where the pain points of the market are, and making a product in this, it's a Mark Cuban move. It's good. This is how Mark Cuban made $1 billion. Okay, so I'm not dogging on it at all. It's smart entrepreneurship. The number one thing that is going to get you the best ROI in life is going to be you, because you control you. You can see the things coming around the corners. You can see the 1050Xs coming. You can control your focus and energy and direct it in places. If you are focused enough to see what's coming around the corner in crypto, you are focused enough to build a business or get in on a business or build a business with other people that is capable of doing things. For example, I left the Air Force. You guys are super comfortable taking risk in this crypto stuff. I think you're insane if you don't have a lot of money. All right, look, I have a business that's easily worth $50 to $75 million. Okay, I don't have anywhere near that in crypto. Okay, I don't have $20 million in crypto. Okay, the reason why I was able to put a lot of money in, 7 figures in crypto last year. The reason why I'm able to still keep that in is because I have this business. Okay, that's why I'm able to do it. I'm the perfect example of the people you talked about. I was already doing very well before crypto. But you have to understand, I haven't taken a big risk in crypto. I see a lot of people taking big risks in crypto. When, for example, I think a much easier risk is when I left the Air Force, 22, 23, I had $6,000 saved up. That was all the money in the entire world I had. Okay, and I went out without any safety net. It's basically saying, I'm going to go and start a business and build it. Am I saying that you should become an entrepreneur? No, I'm saying you should take this lesson that if you can focus on what you control, that's where you're going to see those crazy ROIs. For example, in crypto, I always beat myself up for not seeing these things coming around the corner. Why didn't you see Polygon? Why didn't you see Matic? Why didn't you see this thing? Why didn't you see this easy way to make money right here? When really, yeah, you were going to see people who get those storybook ROIs, the people that got it in Ripple day one or something like that. But really, the place where you're going to see all these storybook ROIs that nobody talks about is people that don't invest in themselves. That $6,000 has turned into, when you combine my company current valuation with all the things I've done, a lot of money. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, way more than any crypto investment I could ever make. And really, it didn't come with tons of stress. And really, it was all under my control the entire time. If I just focus on other things, it probably can be worth even more. Okay, and so that's why, even with crypto going on, I don't take crypto that seriously because my main focus is going to be my company, Hyros. Okay, it's the fastest growing ad analytics company in the world right now, and I'm just going to keep humping down on that because I know that if I'm going to see those crazy ROIs, look, I'm not going to make $100 million in crypto. I'm not going to make $100 million in crypto. I can make $100 million from Hyros. More so, I can do it in a controllable way that isn't going to be random and all over the place. Look, ADA could 8x, 10x. I still wouldn't make as much money as I can make from Hyros. ADA could 8 to 10x, but again, it could just do nothing. It's completely outside of my control. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing worse in life than sitting around waiting for something you don't control to do what you want it to do. And so that's really all I wanted to point out to you today, guys. The people that have made life-changing wealth in crypto are the people that made these projects, but more so people that took control of their lives and said, I'm not going to wait around for something to happen. If you are in crypto right now, trying to make that life-changing money, you are sitting around waiting for something to happen. And it's ultimately a really bad game plan. Okay, I think it is so much easier if you understand crypto so well and you understand this market. It is so much easier to start your own crypto company and make $20 million than it is to trade your way from $100,000 to hell, even $10 million in this marketplace right now. That 10xing your money right now in this current marketplace, you got to know what you're doing. Okay. Like there's been times where I've made amazing calls. There's been times where I held on to the calls way too long. Like for example, Chain Games went from, Chain Games like 4x and then it went back to like 1.5x. You can't predict these things, guys. You can't predict these things. And really all crypto is right now is gambling. But again, guys, if you understand this marketplace and you're putting all this time into understanding this is the biggest evolution in software and tech ever. We're seeing businesses that don't even have, I'm not pooping on Refinable. Refinable doesn't have a working app. Like if you go to my business, Hyros right now, we deliver. The product delivers. We have some of the biggest businesses in the world. We have some of the largest agencies. We have ClickFunnels literally using it. We have everybody in the info space using it. And it isn't even worth 1/3 of Refinable, and they don't even have a working app. Okay? They don't even have they don't have anything up there. And frankly, building a Refinable app, would cost 1/10 of what it builds to build high risk? Probably. I could be off on that, but I don't think I am. And that's not a dig at Refinable. That's a compliment in seeing the opportunity and catching the trend and taking control of your life. I guarantee the people that are Refinable hold crypto. I guarantee they've been in crypto for a long time, but instead of sitting around and waiting for someone else to make it happen, they decide to go and make it happen. Same thing with I mentioned with and Superfarm. He could have just sat back and also just said, you know what, I'm going to trade crypto and make YouTube videos about it. But no, he took advantage of his network, his understanding the crypto space to perfectly peg a wave that was coming through. Okay, now Superfarm could easily be $1 billion company. But even more so, guys, I can scroll through my Twitter feed and I constantly see all these people that have made tens of millions, maybe some cases even 9 figures or more in crypto. Every single one of these people was rich beforehand. Okay, every single one of them had sold a company or had a big business. And that allowed them to throw $1 million willy-nilly on some coins or on Bitcoin super duper early. The Winklevosses, they were rich beforehand. They were really rich, and they were able to put $1 million or something on Bitcoin, and that's how they did it. Okay, Michael Saylor making all this money from it. Michael Saylor was already super rich. There's very, very, very few. I can't name a single person off the top of my head that was working a 9 to 5 or went from a normal average life to being a crypto super millionaire. There just isn't. There are edge cases of that, but normally the people you see who are crypto super millionaires are people that already had control of their own life. And so what do I think you should do? What do I think you should do? Should you just abandon crypto and go make a random ass ICO? No, I think you should just take this lesson to heart, because I personally can relate to a lot of people when I see, Matic just a quick 10x in a day. I could have made $1 million. But in hindsight, there was no way I would go and put $100,000 on Quick 3 weeks ago. There just isn't. I maybe put 20 grand on it, 30 grand tops for me. And that decision-making process doesn't make me stupid. It doesn't make me dumb. That's an acceptable way of looking at risk. If you have the mindset where you're going to be putting a lot of money on some coin based on speculation, you're eventually going to lose it. You have to understand the trend of getting in on these big parabolic nuclear climbs in crypto. That thought decision-making process will eventually get you wrecked. It will eventually get you wrecked if that's your money and this is your plan to get rich. It's not going to work. Eventually, you're going to make a wrong call. Okay, the odds are just too much in your favor. You're not going to trade your way to a 20x in this bull run. You're just not. Every single person I know that is a really good crypto trader that has made the tens of millions of dollars, one, they were already rich beforehand, but two, they have teams of people skimming through things. They are doing so much, and there's so much insider information in crypto. It's insane. Okay, the people that are doing these 10, 20x's, they have 10 zillion times the assets that you do. And so you need to be really realistic about this. Could you probably 3-5x your money in this bull run? Yeah, you could also lose a lot of it too. And frankly, you're probably not going to make that life-changing money. Okay, you're probably just going to make maybe a couple extra years income or something like that. That's not going to change your life. What is going to change your life and is going to give you those jaw-dropping ROIs you hear about in the news, you see in Twitter, which is for every person you see that made $5 million getting in early on something, there is a graveyard of 9,000 people that didn't. And the way you actually make it, you guarantee yourself those crazy ROIs, is you focus on you and controlling yourself. I made a better ROI in $6,000 when I left the military than any crypto trader, not ever, okay, but the 99.9% of crypto traders. And there was never a point where I had to go and put my life savings on some roulette wheel that I don't control. Was there times that I took risk? Yes, but the risks were controllable because all the risks were based on me and my knowledge and my passion and my ability to learn and grow as a person. And so my overall message to you guys is like, if you can have faith in this bullshit, let's face it, crypto is bullshit. Ethereum is not worth $320 billion right now. It's not. That's what PayPal is worth because it serves millions of customers. Ethereum can only be used to trade NFTs extremely inefficiently right now. That's like its main use case. You can't plug in the banks. You can't use it to buy anything. Everything about it is a mess. It's not worth what PayPal is. It's not. It's all bullshit. Okay? And so if you can put blind faith in this stuff, you can have the courage to put money into crypto, this roulette wheel of overvalued nonsense, which again, I'm in. I love crypto, okay? But you have to recognize it for what it is. If you can put faith in this false god, why can't you put faith in yourself? Why can't you put the same blind faith in yourself? If you can put faith in these random coins and these teams you know nothing about and these people you know nothing about and these projects that don't even have working apps, why can't you put faith in yourself? Why can't you put that same amount of faith in you? Because if you put that same amount of faith in yourself with the same energy and gusto that you're approaching, researching trades and trying to get into this marketplace, you would probably guaranteed be a multimillionaire or at least a millionaire in the next 5 years. You might have some ups and downs, you might have some struggle, but you would have a nice consistent way to make money for the rest of your life. Okay? If crypto goes away, if I lose all the money that I have in crypto, I have a way to make millions of dollars and be financially well off till the day I die. Okay? I don't have to worry about money because I have control. Seek control, then play around in crypto. That's it.